Hey guys, Get Level here, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips to promote your content online. That's right, I did say content online. I know that most of my subscribers are live streamers, so that obviously applies to you, but it also applies if you're a YouTuber, if you're selling some stuff, if you're in some other niche basically. All right, 3 quick little things before we start. 1, the merch, Streamer Brain merch. Check out the video top right now. Second thing, the snow globe. If you guys want a snow globe tip jar that is animated completely for free, another video top right now. Boom. And then the third thing is that the Streamlabs OBS affiliate program officially closed. If you were using that, it's good to know because I sure didn't know. And also all the videos where I say that, hey, if you download Streamlabs OBS from my link, is going to support the channel, that is no longer true. I am no longer receiving a couple of cents for every download and install, but the link will still remain in my description because I do a lot of tutorials on Streamlabs OBS, and of course, like, money wasn't the reason why I recommended it. I truly believe it's a powerful tool, so links will still be in the description. Just know that by downloading and installing from my link, it no longer really supports me. All right, with that out of the way, let's begin. Tip number 1, and this should be obvious, but hey, that's why you watch those videos, to remind you of all the little tips like that. It's understanding the platform you're on. I'm talking about your main platform for your main content. Okay, I'm not talking about platforms to promote. I'm talking about your main platform. So whatever the main thing you do is, first of all, you need to figure it out. I know a lot of people who post a lot of pictures on Instagram. They post YouTube videos. They also live stream on Twitch. But if you ask them, what is your main content that you want to promote, they won't find an answer because they're really trying out everything to see what sticks, which you should do. But at a certain point, you need to figure out what is your main content. For me, for example, YouTube is my main content. I stream on Twitch. I post pictures on Instagram. I'm active on Twitter. I have a TikTok. My main content is YouTube without a doubt. So if ever I have the chance to promote something, it's going to be my YouTube because that's where I'm the most active. And it's also, like, monetarily, that's the most viable platform that I have. So understanding the main platform means that you understand how it works and how the platform itself drives traffic to your content. For example, on Twitch, okay, you'll hear me say that Twitch doesn't have an algorithm. Twitch does have an algorithm. It's just, it's not as active as YouTube, for example. YouTube is almost mainly driven by algorithms because of the suggestions, because of that front page, and you do spend time on the front page of YouTube. For example, Twitch, most people already follow a bunch of streamers on Twitch. So when they go on the website, what they do is usually just go click following, and then they see who's live in the list of people that they already follow, meaning that they don't really take the time to go ahead and find new streamers. Some of them do. I know. Some of them look at that front page, go twitch.tv, and they look at the suggested streamers. But is that a good option? Is that something that you should rely on? Absolutely not, because that front page, I think there's 5 or 6 suggested to you. Yeah, if you don't actively go out and seek out for new streamers, Twitch is not going to do the job for you. So that is something that you need to know. Whereas a platform like YouTube, honestly, by entering like the right keywords in your title and your tags or in your description, YouTube will do the heavy lifting for you, because YouTube will be suggesting that video to other people, almost forcing them to watch your content. So YouTube does bring the traffic for you, whereas Twitch doesn't. So the question is, how do you bring traffic to your Twitch if Twitch is not doing it for you? And that's what this video is all about. All right, I mentioned Twitch, I mentioned YouTube. Let's talk about Instagram, for example. Instagram, how do you drive traffic? Through hashtag. That's how you get discovered. Of course, there's a couple of tricks with keywords in your name, in your description that might get you on the explore page, but it's mostly hashtags on your post, and also hashtags in your stories. Of course, there's also locations and a bunch of other stuff, but the main thing is hashtags. Twitter, what gets you discovered is even more complicated because it's not just hashtags. You can't have a Twitter strategy that's only based on hashtags, believe it or not. Even though it gets you discovered, you might get a couple of likes, but it's hard to grow a following just by using hashtags. Twitter is more genuine, and it requires you to be more active and actually use the platform as intended, which is one of the tips. Let's go. Okay, so after tip number 1, understanding the platform, let's say that, okay, you're good. You know how the platform works, okay? Tip number 2 is going to be use the platform as intended, okay? Now, once again, this will probably not apply to everyone, and like none of my tips apply to everyone on earth, but using a platform as intended will increase the amount of traffic and the chances that you get to grow an actual following on that platform. You're on Instagram, photos and videos. Okay, if you're posting only, if you have an account that's only posting screenshots, I'm talking about screenshots of your own content. You know, it's very different than a meme page. Let's say your Instagram account is just screenshots of your Twitter account, of your tweets. Most likely that's not going to work. You're not going to be able to grow a following out of that, because people go on Instagram when they want to scroll through pictures and videos, right? It's more of the habit of the general user of that platform. That's what you kind of want to cater to. Okay. And when it comes to content, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about how to make content for specific platforms. So basically, you understand the platform, how it works, how it drives traffic, and now you need to understand what type of content usually works on that platform. And then now you're going to start to use them as intended. You know, if you're posting 2-hour-long videos unedited of you rambling on YouTube, most likely you're not gonna be able to grow as fast as someone who's posting, I don't know, 5 to 10 minute content edited and very to the point and stuff like that. Basically, it's putting all the odds in your favor, knowing why people use the platform and what they expect out of that platform, and you just do that. Okay, tip number 3, it's a lot of understanding, but once you understood everything, it gets easy. You can easily plan what you're gonna post next. So tip number 3 is to understand your audience. Okay, now you know exactly how the platform works and how it drives traffic to your content. Okay, you can use that. You know exactly what type of content people on this platform are expecting to see, well, most of them at least. And now it's time to understand your community, your niche, your target audience. And when I say understand, you need to know in this particular niche, what are the values? Value is the word that you're gonna hear a lot when it comes to creating shareable content. Is another thing. Shareable content is basically some type of content that everyone wants to share, because it usually just is attached to their values. So if you understand the values, you can create content that will be appealing for people and they will want to share it with everyone else. It's kind of like, oh, we all agree with that. Although you can use controversy to your advantage too. So you can ask yourself, hey, in my community, what is something that pretty much everyone in this community really loves? And then you can create content off of that. When I say create content, we are still using the other tips, right? You're creating content for that specific platform, which I'm gonna go over a little bit later. But yeah, so what are the core values? What are some dilemmas within that community? What are things that people are really polarized about? If you run polls on things like that, you're gonna get a ton of engagement. Of course, the other basic things for the target audience is like how old they are, what are they interested in, what are some other activities that they usually partake in, and stuff like that. So you really need to know pretty much exactly the basic follower of yours and how they are and every like detail about them. Of course, not detail, but you know what I mean. All right, good news is that we're done with the whole understanding part. And when I say understanding, it's really about observation. It's things that you need to write down. You need to come up with a form where you're like, okay, who is my target audience? Okay, what is my platform? What are the particularities of that platform? You know, you need to go with who is my audience? Who's the typical follower that I get? What are their values? What are things that make them laugh? What kind of memes do they enjoy? What kind of philosophical things that they enjoy? You know, and using them as intended. When I go on this platform, what am I expecting? Right? Am I expecting screenshots if I go Instagram? Not really. Am I expecting long form content when I go on Twitter? Not really. You'll notice that I don't mention Facebook at all during this video. Facebook is in a weird place right now, and I don't really want to go into that. So tip number 4, it is time to extract / create content for that audience on those platforms, using obviously tip number 1, tip number 2, tip number 3. Okay, so now that you understand all of that, you know how the platform works, you can basically, like, you made it technically. At this point, you know what people are expecting out of a tweet, out of a Instagram video or Instagram picture, a YouTube video, a live stream. Okay, let's give out some examples. Okay, you are a live streamer, right? And you use, as most live streamers do, you use Twitter, you use Instagram. Let's throw TikTok into the mix, because TikTok, if you understand the platform, has a pretty good algorithm and can drive a ton of traffic to whatever your content is. But if you're a live streamer, it also works. Okay, so boom. So on Instagram, if you understand the platform correctly and you understand who's there and how to drive traffic, you will have a bunch of pictures, most likely pictures of you, or it can be anything, but you'll have a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, something very personal, something very visually appealing. As a live streamer, that's the content that people are expecting on Instagram. And from time to time, if you're going live, you know, well, you're gonna have your Twitch link in your description. If you're going live from time to time, you can tell it in your Instagram stories that you run regularly with polls and getting a lot of engagement and posting memes and all of that. Of course, you understand Instagram, you understand your niche, right? Let's say you use a Twitter. Okay, so you're often sharing your thoughts, you're often sharing some memes that have to do with the community you're a part of, you're often engaging with other, you know, big names and small names, with the community in general. You're often engaging with people, so people will see you on their feed all the time and they get used to seeing you basically. And from time to time, you will post things such as clips from your live stream if your Twitter activity has to do with your live stream, but of course, link in bio and all of that. And when those people start seeing your clips more and more often, they get used to you, and then at some point they're gonna check out your stream. If they like it, they'll follow you, and boom, you just gained a new follower, just like that. Of course, the more active you are, the more like that multiplies basically, right? So all of those things that I just said about Twitter, it's one strategy, you know, but just posting going live on Twitter is not gonna get you a bunch of new viewers or new followers. You'll get one once from time to time that's going to be like, oh, I found you on Twitter because you used one hashtag. But technically, you don't even need to use any hashtags. If you make a going live post that is appealing, people will like it. And when they like it, it will show up on their feed, on their followers' feed, and more people will see it. Twitter has this great system that makes you very, very discoverable. That idea that people don't need to retweet you for their followers to see you. So all you have to do is keep putting out content that is shareable, okay? That is relatable, that makes them laugh, that agrees with the core values of the community, of the niche, and then it's a chain reaction basically, and people keep liking your stuff, their followers keep seeing your stuff, and once they get used to you, like that's the goal. That's the whole goal of advertising or promoting your content, is for everyone to see you. That's literally the definition of advertising actually. It's just that instead of billboards everywhere, it's just gonna be you appearing on people's feed. I know people that are great at advertising that I don't even like their content, but I still see them in my feed every single day. I don't like their content, but they're there. That means that they're doing their advertisement perfectly, that it's working. Okay, now let's talk about TikTok. How does TikTok work? I should probably make a whole video about it, but basically, TikTok has hashtags, kind of like Instagram, but not a lot of people are looking for a very, very specific hashtag. It's still a small platform, even though there's like 500 million users on it. So the way that TikTok works is that it's kind of like Instagram if the discover page was the main page. Every time you open your TikTok app, it puts you on that For You page, which is the discover page in a way. And it pretty much forces you to discover new TikTokers all the time, just all the time. And that's how TikTok basically drives traffic to you. Now, how do you get on that For You page? It's not automatic. We're not completely sure. All I know is that sometimes if there's a trending hashtag or if there's a trend going on and TikTok decides to boost you, basically show you to every For You page in a certain area or in the world, that is gonna bring you traffic like crazy. Now, does that mean that you should make going live posts? If you're a Twitch streamer, do you make going live posts on TikTok? Yes and no. You have to be a little more creative than that. You can make normal TikToks, basically. Go to the platform, scroll down, find content that you like, and then make content that you like. You don't have to copy all the trends, all the lip syncing and stuff like that. People have a bad notion of TikTok because of that. But anyways, you just make whatever. If there's a trend going on, give your take on that trend, you know, transform it to your liking. Just let your personality shine. Okay. Just to wrap up tip number 4, which is create and extract content in order to create content on other platform. What you need to know with the extract, why do I say extract, is I probably should have said that in the beginning. One thing you can do is within your main content, you can find something that you can post on other platforms that will work on those platforms, that will still make you use those platforms as intended, but is easier for you. Now, that's the hardest part of being a content creator, is that not every single content will apply to everything else. If you do things like speed runs, you can't post a full speed run on Instagram. Or first of all, like, you have a 1 minute limit. Otherwise it goes to IGTV. And honestly, within the gaming community, there's not a lot of people interested in gaming on IGTV. I might be wrong. If you think I'm wrong, show me some stats. But most likely, if you're trying to post like long, I don't know, Fortnite rounds, that's not necessarily gonna work. Now there's still hope. If you are a decent editor, and I know some of you are already clicking off, if you can become a decent editor if you're not, okay? So just learn how to edit, lol. There's a bunch of free programs. Now you can edit your live streams into short form content, you know? You've seen those people in VR, short editings with some subtitles and blah blah. It's the funniest moments. They're small clips, easier, like they're easy to digest, and they are very shareable because you just want to show your friends, oh, look at those people fooling around in VR, look at those, look at that guy doing some crazy thing in Fortnite. You know, that's the kind of content that I'm talking about, that you can take your long form content, which would be live streaming, so you're streaming for 4 hours, and out of that 4-hour live stream, you can make a 20-second video that blows up on all those platforms. Actually, Instagram is not necessarily too keen on highlight gaming. It's harder, basically. They work, but there's so many people doing it that it's kind of hard to pick it. People are not actively going on Instagram to find gaming videos. But on Twitter, you can blow up. If you post it on TikTok, you can actually blow up. There's a low amount of people actually posting those gaming videos, but the ones that are there, they work really well. Remember that TikTok is all about this For You page. If the algorithm, if you put the right hashtag at the right time, and the algorithm decide to put you on this For You page, you're golden. You're golden. I'm talking about people getting like 200,000 followers in one day because of one TikTok that was on a For You page. And of course, like, quality matters, but it's really about getting that algorithm boost, basically. So constantly check out the trends, constantly check out what's working. Anyways, for artists, for example, time-lapse videos are so much like, it's like the pinnacle of shareable content. I've seen so many body painters, face painters, makeup artists on Twitch not posting time-lapse videos of their work on other platforms. Like, it's so much wasted potential, because like since the beginning of the internet, I'm pretty sure that time-lapse videos were one of the most shareable things. That's literally how companies like BuzzFeed grew, because they realized that, oh, memes are very shareable, time-lapse videos of art, which is what you do, and then like cooking recipes. You know, you can't tell me you don't see those things being spread around with 5 million, 6 million, 7 million views, because that is easily digestible, shareable content, and everyone wants to share it and everyone wants to digest it, because it's not taking 4 hours of their day. And if you're doing body painting, we know that you did body painting for 9 hours, and that's great, that's awesome. But the Facebook mom am I going too far with this? But like the Facebook people who work a 9-to-5 job, they don't have 9 hours to spend on your live stream. So give them that little time lapse, that 45 second time lapse of your art. They will still support you if you do. Okay, and hopefully they'll share it, and someone who has that time to watch you for 9 hours will check out your streams, because they're that kind of person. So basically, the thing to, I think we should move. I think we should move to tip number 5, because it ties in perfectly into that. So tip number 5 is the call to action. Now, the obvious thing when people tell you call to action is like, hey, tell them, hey, follow me on Twitch. It's not necessarily good to do that all the time. So let's say you're doing really well on Instagram, you're doing really well on Twitter, on TikTok. Telling people to constantly go follow you on another platform is not good. It's just not good. So how do you actually promote your stuff if you can't tell people that you have, you know, your stuff? So what you need to do is subtly call to action. So let's say if you have a TikTok page that is blowing up, of course your main link should be your Twitch channel, but also from time to time, let's say every 5 or 6 TikTok, you can put your Twitch link in there. You can tell them that, or let's say that, okay, now you decide to make a TikTok about, like I'm talking if you have loyal followers and stuff, you can make a TikTok that is about gaming, and then people will discover your content. You know, it's a more natural flow than, hey, here's the TikTok about music, follow me on Twitch. No. You know, no. Imagine if every tweet had a link to it. No, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You need to use the platform first and then subtly tell people. Also, if you're interested in, you know, long form content like live streams, I also stream. Okay, that's how you do your call to action. It's basically subtly promote your stuff, but don't use that platform as an advertisement platform for your content. Is use that platform as intended and then subtly promote your main content. I know it seems hard and it seems like, oh, I could just pay and just advertise for my stuff, but trust me, it'll be worth it. And I've seen people do that, and then at the end they actually blew up on one platform instead of their main content platform, and then they just switched over. They were like, oh, I used to be a Twitch streamer, now I'm an Instagram model. I used to be a YouTuber, and now I get so many people in my Twitch streams that I'm mostly a Twitch streamer now. I used to be a Twitch streamer, but I post so many things on Twitter that now I'm just an active Twitter user with brands contacting me and asking me to do promo for their stuff all the time, and I'm making so much money and it's so overwhelming that I just can't stream on Twitch anymore. You know what I mean? Okay, so nowadays we live in that era where any platform can be viable, and you can make a career out of any of those platforms. Okay, so of course don't put all your eggs in one basket, but still you should definitely give it a shot. Okay, I know there's a lot of misconception, especially about TikTok and Instagram and how to use them. Don't fall for it. Try it out and then draw your own conclusions. Actually try, you know, don't half-ass it and then say, hey, this doesn't work, this platform is so oversaturated. Especially like about TikTok. You know, every time you mention TikTok to someone, they're like, oh, isn't that the platform for kids? Isn't it only kids on that platform? 1 year later, trust me, they'll be like, oh my God, I can't grow on TikTok. It's so oversaturated. Yeah, because you kept you kept judging it instead of installing it for free and actually trying it out. When it was free, first of all, when it was free and when it was easy to grow on the platform. Right now is the time where it's easy to grow on that platform, so use it to your advantage, especially if you actually have a main content to sell or to promote. Do it. Stop being judgmental of platforms. You never know what's gonna help you blow up. So actually use it, try it out, and speak for yourself. Stop relying on other platforms to tell you how those other platforms work. Anyways, I think I'm rambling and it's slowly becoming a rant, which I don't mean to. Okay, so let me look at my notes real quick. So tip number 1, understanding the platform, the algorithms, and how the platform does drive traffic to yours. On Twitch, let's say that the algorithm is quasi inexistent, so Twitch will not drive traffic for you. So that means that you need to drive traffic to yourself, okay? Tip number 2, use the platform as intended. Okay, so if you're on Instagram, I want to see pictures of you. I don't care. I want to see pictures of you. I don't care if you're a great, well, of course, of your work too, if you're an artist and stuff like that. But if you're just some person playing video games on Twitch, I want to see pictures of you. Believe it or not, no matter how you look, people want to see pictures of you. If I watch you for you, when I could watch like the gameplay anywhere else, that means that I'm attached to you. I'm a viewer and I'm here for you, for your entertainment. So you mean something to me as a viewer, as a follower. So show me your face. Even if you are an artist, your face also means something. So show it, post some pictures, learn how to take selfies. And I don't care, like, and this is not, how do I say this? Platforms are not assimilated to any like gender or whatever, okay, race, gender. No, don't let that stop you, okay? All those misconceptions and those predetermined factors that are preventing you from doing stuff, stop it. Get some help. I'm kidding. But anyways, okay, so use them as intended. Twitter, I don't want to see your Twitter just have giveaway retweets and then going live. That's a spammy Twitter. I hate it. I will never follow you. I'll probably even block you. Understand the audience. Okay, so really, like, the easiest way is to understand yourself. Like, what do I like about this community? If your community is based around a game, what do we really love? What kind of memes that we usually share? What kind of gameplay content that has the most traffic and stuff like that? Write it down, like take notes. And then once you understand the audience, you can extract or just create content for those platforms. So create content that will be with the values that you've previously figured out. Okay, and then tip number 5, call to action. Subtly promote your stuff, because every platform has a lot of users, but a small percentage of the users that you will get will be interested on that other main content that you have. So on TikTok, how many people are actually watching Twitch streams? Probably not a lot. So it's better for you to use TikTok as intended. If you grow a following of 25,000 followers on TikTok, there's probably gonna be, I don't know, 10 of them that watches Twitch streams. So it's important for you to grow a huge audience like that, rather going for immediately just for people who watch Twitch streams, because you're not gonna get a lot, and then your conversion percentage is gonna be super low. I'm talking like 1 or 2 people. Same thing for Instagram. Instead of posting content on Instagram that is only targeted to Twitch streamers, post content that is targeted to the typical Instagram user. And if you subtly promote your Twitch channel, well, the percentage of people who actually watches Twitch stream will follow you on Twitch. But keep in mind, there's always a low conversion rate. Same thing on YouTube. You can run, let's take my channel for example, give advice on Twitch. Now I know that significantly increases my conversion rate because my content is targeted to Twitch users. But I know that there's a bunch of Twitch users on YouTube because it's YouTube. There's pretty much a niche for everything on YouTube. So that's a strategy that you can use. But let's say you make like PC, like Battle Station content. You can also subtly promote your Twitch stream at the end of like your videos, and you will have a small percentage because not everyone who plays PC games watches Twitch streamers. You understand what I mean? Anyways, I'm rambling a lot, and I think that's it. I think that's all I gotta say. If you have any tips or tricks on how to promote stuff on different social media platforms or different just content platforms, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of my my tips, and let me know what strategy are you currently using. And if you're not currently using a strategy, what are you doing? I'm just kidding. Again, Streamer Brain merch. Go to gumroad.com/getlevel for some dope overlays. Most of them are free. Some of them are cheap. And that's it. There's no expensive ones. And what else? Yeah, there's the snow globe thing. Just subscribe to the channel and then watch my videos, okay? If you are a content creator or a live streamer, no matter what the platform is, I think my videos will help you. So watch them, please. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Go out there, make me proud. Get Level out.